Okay, here we are. You should have received an email already that had a photo of what we're going to be painting, the supplies that you need. One thing that I forgot to add is a little bit of yellow that we're going to add into the leaves. I forgot to put that in that picture. And then a sketch of what we're painting. And I outlined mine in black so that you could see it better, but what I want you to do is just take a regular old pencil and very, very lightly draw on there what we're going to be painting. And I started already putting blue in the background, and that's where we're going to start, with the background and the foreground with the brown. Then we'll do the pot, then we'll do the leaves, then we'll do the flowers last. But right now I did put a base coat of the blue on there, and then I'm going to add some color to it because you can see that I've got some brown in there and some white in there, just so it's not so boring. So pause this whenever you feel the need. If I go too fast, like here, I'm adding some more blue. And then I'm going to toss in just a little bit of brown, just to give it a little more color. You can see that's what I did on the original. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty boring if we don't do that. Keep paper towel handy for cleaning off your brush. Like right there, I've got a little too much brown on there. See how I'm pulling in the brown in different places? And then I'm going to add some white. See, I'm putting brown around the flowers and the pot. And then I'm going to throw in a little white out in here. And I'm just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. You don't want any straight lines. You want it kind of interesting looking, and straight lines, they're kind of boring. And then there, maybe I need a little more blue. See, I'm going back and forth and around with my brush. And that's pretty much how you want it to look, right there. So this is starting to dry, so if your paint starts to dry out like this is up here in this area, just add some more paint, add some more blue. And I think I did say I'm using a big wide brush, and I'm going to use it for the whole painting. I probably should have put some music in the background or something. Or maybe done this in the evening so that I could have a glass of wine. But I'm doing this in the morning because that is actually when I feel the most productive. Okay, see what I'm talking about? Some brown around the outside, and then lighter around the outside of the flowers and the leaves, and then white around the edges. And then some of you like to also paint the side of your canvas. I mean, if you're thinking you might be hanging it up without a frame, it's a good idea to do that. And pause this at any time if I go too fast. You can see that I'm just kind of back and forth. I hope my head's not in the way and you can see what I'm doing. I got a little bit of brown. Feel free to share this with other people if you think you've got a friend that needs something to do. I know it's hard being stuck in the house and not doing your regular activities. especially you pickleballers out there. Golfers are still allowed to play, but it's got to be hard not doing your normal activities. Oopsie, I've got too much white there, so I'm going to throw some more. And I might wait for it to dry a little bit and then add some more blue in. And if you, like here, see how I've got all that on there, and that's going to be green eventually, but if you're worried that the green won't cover up that blue, then just take some white when it dries and cover it up, and that ought to take care of it. White kind of is your fix-it-all. Is your fix-it-all? Is your fix-it. Got a lot of paint on my brush, so I'm going to clean it off on the paper towel. See, I'm kind of twisting. Needs a little more blue in there. There, I think I like how that looks. Remember, if you don't like it, you can always come back, you know, and add some more blue and some more color, and looks a little different than that, but I think I like it. Okay, let's move on to the bottom, to the brown. And if you don't want your bottom there to be brown, you could use a different color if that's something that you have at home. And if you don't have paint, send me an email and I'll set something out for you. I have lots. You see down at the bottom there, I've got a lot of different colors in there. You can see I've thrown in a little blue, and we are going to do that. Just plain brown would be just way too boring. You don't have to work as fast as me. You can pause anytime. Okay, so I think I'm going to toss some blue in here. It might still be a little too wet to do that. Try to keep my big head out of there. Yeah, that's too wet. So let's move on to base coating the pot. Anyone who's ever taken my class, you know that if stuff's too wet and you need it to dry faster, you can always get your hair dryer out to dry it. And when you get to a point and you're not sure if you like it, stand back a little bit because it looks different from a distance. Everything looks different from a distance. I mean, it's no different than when you look at a painting at the museum. They don't have you stand right up close. You kind of stand a ways from it. Because otherwise you can see all their crazy brush strokes and I forget who it was. I think it was Rembrandt that always put a big glop of white on the end of someone's nose which would look strange up close, but from a distance it works, obviously. Okay, that's getting better. Oopsie, don't need all of that. See how white thickens that up? There's a lot of pigment in white. You know what I forgot is a little black paint. Hang on just a second. Forgot all about that too. So to get the shadow at the bottom of the pot, I need a little black. Let's add a little bit right there too. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's put a little more blue in there. Yeah, I like that. Now let's add a little more white. I think I like that. Okay, now we're going to do some shadowing on this brown pot. So, to give it depth, the outside should be darker than the middle part to make it look, because that's the shadow in the background. So we're just going to take a little black around the outside, like so. And then a little black on this side, like so. And let's put a little under here because I'm sure there's a shadow under where the flowers are overhanging. And let's get some more brown here. Oops, got some black in there. Keep your water handy. You see, I haven't cleaned my brush off at all until now. There we go. I don't know how many of you are going to have family come visit over spring break or Easter or whatever you call it, but my grandkids were supposed to come. I'm going to toss in some blue just to give it a little more color, but they're not now, and I'm rather sad about that. They always come at spring break. Hopefully I'll get to see them in July, because that's the other time they come out to visit. Oh, I like that. There. What do you think? Okay, well, let's get some white in there. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so clean your brush. We're going to move on to the leaves. First, I think I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Where I said that white was kind of a fix-it-all. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, let's grab some green now. Oops. Kind of a lot of white in there. See how I'm going around the side with the edge of the brush rather than the flat part of the brush? If you have any questions while you're going along, just send me an email. I'll keep an eye on it. Or a text, whichever's easiest. My phone is 502, not 520, 502 645. Oops, I got water dripping. 645-8646. I'm going to have to add another coat to this green. It looks a little too light for me. Look at something. 18 minutes, 22 seconds. I was wondering how long I would take. Okay, I'm going to come back to the green and let's move on to the red. And we're going to start with just the regular red on the back, and then we're going to add a little bit of white to it to make it a little lighter, and then at the very front it's going to be more of a white, I guess, white color. So let's start. Oops, I forgot something. Oops, let's go back to the green. I forgot this little bit right here. I've got a drippy brush. Water in it. Okay, so back to where I was going, to the red. And you can see that I didn't make them completely round, even though my drawing shows them as being completely round. Because of course, you know, flowers aren't completely round. The petals are, some stick out farther than others. I gave it some kind of dimensions there. And this one's going to be like that and this. I don't know about any of you, but I haven't gone to the store at all. I've sent my husband every time. Like I said to him, I've been throwing him under the bus. You can use any red you want, or if you want pink flowers, you could even do that. You don't have to stick with red if that's not what you want. Yellow flowers. And you can even have a different background if you so desired. Take some artistic license if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to get a different brush because this one's pretty drippy. I don't know why it's dripping so much, but it is. And I'm going to go over the green again. There we go. That looks a lot better. Be careful, you try not to get into that red at all because that's pretty wet. Remember, use the side of your brush. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. The other ones were way too light. Unless you like it that way. I thought it was too light. Boy, my casitas here on the corner. Sure are a lot of people out walking, more people than usual. So it's got to be people that usually play tennis or pickleball or something. Okay, so I'm going to add a little yellow into, you can see I'm using the side of this brush again. Just to get some color to the green. Then I'm going to add a little white. See, I'm not working real hard at it, just giving it a few little sprigs. Okay? Okay, now let's go back to our flowers. Get all the green out of your brush. And we're going to take some red and add some white so it's like a pinkish color. Okay, and then I'm going to use the side of the brush again, and we're just going to go around and around. When you get to the center, give it a little, do that for all of them. They're supposed to look like roses. I mean, it's an easy way to do it. Round and a dot. A little more pink here. We're going to add some more here. Make some more up here, pinkish color. Oop, I think I got a little yellow in there. Okay, so I'm going to clean it off, and then I'm going to add just white to the top there. See, I'm using the side of the brush, not the flat part, so it's just like that. So quiet in here. I usually have music blaring or the TV going, and there. And then don't forget to sign your work. I hope you had fun. I'll do another one soon. I think I'm going to do, where'd it go? Either this one or this one next. Not real sure. Just let me know if you're still interested. Let me know if you need supplies. Email me with questions. And I hope you had fun. Thanks. Bye.